BEL20200902 pushing out late in the market. Red light flashing on the gates. They're set. They're off. Polite Pass began a little awkwardly, got back there into the field with Crash Hat Lady, the first of them to hit the ground. Native Chimes jumped away well. Safety Bay's pushing up now, lobbing into the box seat ahead of Fire Goddess soon after the start. Then Merryvale Magic, Sunol, Smile for Me behind those. Shawadi Waddy is next over near the fence, followed then by Cornflower back near the inside. Then at the head of the others is Yankee Girl, who's in the back half of the field with Polite Pass being followed then by Sea Waif. Then Winnie's Wine, and last of all is Amacinus, who'd settled back at the rear of the field in the best part of a dozen lengths or more from the leader Crash Hat Lady. The showy daughter of Helmet led them past the 750. Crash Hat Lady 3/4 clear over the well-tried commodity Native Chimes. A length and a half to Fire Goddess, who's up running there in third spot. Safety Bay ridden along on the rail. A length to Sunol, followed by Merryvale Magic. At the head of the others, then around them, Smile for Me. Shawadi Waddy was next after a length. Sunol, Polite Pass. Amacinus coming right to the outside for Parnham. Still about 7 or 8 lengths off the leader, which is now Native Chimes, who dashed up and hit the front. Went straight past Crash Hat Lady. 300 left to go. Native Chimes 2.5 in front. Fire Goddess down the outside. Sea Waif, Smile for Me. Amacinus, Cornflower as well, but Native Chimes has kicked clear down past the 100. Native Chimes drawing away from them and will be much too good. Native Chimes went on to beat Smile for Me. Sea Waif might have got third a nose in front of Fire Goddess, and then Cornflower, Amacinus peaking on her run. Then Shawadi Waddy. Next home is Sunol, followed then by Winnie's Wine, Merryvale Magic, Polite Pass, Safety Bay, Crash Hat Lady, and Yankee Girl has pulled up a furlong behind those at the tail end. Native Chimes too good there, and the money suggested that it would take a fair bit of beating, and has come off 6 weeks between runs, freshened up and proved far too good. Native Chimes, number 5, Lucy Warwick. So that's a double here for Luce, who won the first on Igarashi. This time she pilots one home for her dad, Justin. The My Admiration mare sat right over the speed, dispensed with Crash Hat Lady, kicked clear, and certainly dominated the race in the run to the line. Number 5 is first. Second is 6, Smile for Me. Lakdar Romilly. 7, Sea Wave third. Troy Turner. Fourth, number 3, Fire Goddess. And Cornflower ran fifth in front of Amacinus, who conceded them a massive head start. The winner's race by Justin and Carol Warwick. A Glass, Trevor Nisbet. Ross Waddell by My Admiration out of Native Song, posting today her second win in 21 runs and scored by 2 1/4. A fairly emphatic victory there with a half a length, splitting second and third. 1:27.58 the time for the 1400 and 37.54 the sectional for the last 600. Now, race 6 today, the Amelia Park handicap is over 1,200 metres, and there are no changes. $5 into, in fact, $5.50 into $3.30 at one point, Native Chimes. It did push back on out to $3.90 at the very end of betting, with the more money that came for Safety Bay. But primarily punters certainly finding the right horse there to be on in the 5th on the card. Let's go downstairs and catch up with Brittany. And there's a stubble also today for Lucy Warwick, who joins Ryan Hill.
They certainly have dominated today's proceedings. I'm joined by Bonnie Rodwell from the Justin Warwick yard down in the yard. And Bonnie, Native Chimes, we see that 49-day spacing after we usually see her backing up in quick succession. What's been the story there?
So she had an injury to her leg, so she just had a bit of time off, and it's all healed now, so she's back in form.
We see her wear those earmuffs during the race. Obviously, she can be a little bit of a handful. Is that a fair assessment of her behind the scenes?
Yeah, she's a character. She's got a lot of spirit and a lot of fight in her, so she's great to work with.
A lot of spirit. I like that to describe a naughty horse. How are you feeling? Routing for home, did you? Was your confidence growing?
Yeah. She looked really good running, and she came home really strong, so it's good to see.
Home with a winner. Congratulations to you.
Great, thank you.
There's Bonnie Rodwell, Justin Warwick's foreman. That's Bonnie's first interview, so well done to her, stepping up to chat about Native Chimes in the absence of Justin Warwick, who, Scott, that's the reason for that spacing. We were wondering why that was going to be, because what we saw from Native Chimes earlier on in the preparation was running, I think, 3 times in 2 weeks. So it's a horse that they usually like to get on a quick backup, as so many of Justin Warwick's do, but no worries with a bit of a spacing today.
It certainly seemed to work there, Britt, so they've done a wonderful job just to get over that injury and then bring her back to the races in the space of only 6 weeks as well. So all credit with them, and the punters were all over it. That was a really good go for Native Chimes, who in the run never really looked like getting beaten either. So I'll grab Lucy Warwick for a bit of a word here. Luce, looked like you and Mitch were getting along at a pretty good clip out in front.
Yeah, she look, I didn't really want to be there. We wanted, or Dad had asked for cover, and I think she is better generally sitting back because she can pull up quite quick when she hits the front. Doesn't try very hard. So yeah, the whole time I was just like, oh, how do I play this? And Mitch was under pressure quite soon, and she was travelling, and I thought I just won't hit her. And the more I went without hitting her, the quicker she got. So she seemed to like it, and she was the race panned out perfect for her.
Your dad's always been stepping her out over further and further in other campaigns. Do you think that she'll get a trip in some time?
Yes and no. She feels like she can, but she's a difficult one mentally, I think, because she's had a lot of good runs and given up. So I guess take what you get.
Congratulations, Lucy. Well done.
Thank you.
Riding Native Chimes to victory here in race number 5, Sky Thoroughbred Central. It's off to a break.